I bought Jazza's Customize-It Kit actually a few months ago. It does not bring me anything if it's collecting dust in my room, so let's dive in. So the kit has some different objects you can draw on or paint on, and we get some great materials to use it, markers, and we have varnish and gesso. I felt a bit overwhelmed with the big objects where you only have one chance to do it right. So I decided to use those phone holders, those round phone holders, where there are a couple of them in the set. So if I fail, I at least get some spare ones. I started with activating and testing out all the markers to see what I have to work with. Let's first test out how the markers react to the phone holder. So I used this one as a test phone holder to see how the markers react, if how long they need to dry. As you can see, it was quite fast, but they do have a drying time. So I then tried to grab a darker marker, and I did not know this brand, markers. I only knew the Posca pens by this time. I think they have a great coverage, really nice and smooth to work with. They did a great job. You sometimes could see at the edge where the marker did not quite covered everything, but after it dried and you can go a second time over it, it was totally fine. And as you can see, I'm now going in with a lighter color, and it did not react together or attract the darker color in it. So this works just fine. The coverage is just fine. It works great. I just don't like the yellow in this picture, so I'm going to change it up into a finer color, and I think it looks better. What do you think? Should I have left it yellow? Now let's cover up a second layer. After it dried, it's time for the details. Black works just fine on top of it, and then the white one was a guess, but it worked perfect. Did not drag the color underneath. I had a bit of problem with the cloud, so I changed the small white to the bigger one, and it covered perfectly. I then thought I could use an outline to change up the look. Which I'm not quite sure about, but I'm not mad at it. And then this one happened. I used the neon on the sun and it looked quite good, but I'm going to ruin it in a second. I should have left it the way it was. So let's try that one more time after it dried, because this would annoy me if I kept it that way. Now sadly I did not have a color for the fields beside the road that could work as an outline, so I left them the way they are. And yeah, for the first attempt, I'm not mad at it. With everything I learned, it was time to go to the real one. And I started with the sky. And from the colors of the pens, I thought I add a little lake at the bottom. I got the vibe of a Bob Ross painting, and why not add trees, right? It was quite hard to hold on to this phone holder, which I could have opened it. The black worked perfectly over everything, and I'm actually quite proud of how this turned out. I would be interesting to see different colors, so I might try out the Posca pens on those phone holders, which I have a few more colors than with the Siono markers. But yeah, let me know, what do you think? And if you have an idea for a picture that we can draw. So I then added one last little detail, the little bird. It was time for the varnish and it went all downhill from here. I did not use those nice brushes that Jazza included. Adding the varnish, and I did not wait long enough. So what actually happened was I dragged the colors around and mashed it in with the different layers, and that's why there's blue inside the cloud and on the sun. So I left the other one until the next morning to varnish this one, and it worked better. It still managed to get a bit away on the mountain range, as you can see, but all in all, it worked just fine. Yeah, let me know what you think and what we should do next from the box. I hope you have a great week. See you in the next video. Bye!